you pointed out to me whenever I would be dating people, like sometimes I'd be like, oh, I just keep on attracting men that aren't like driven, or I would like come up with like a dumb belief. She always felt like if she wanted it, she really liked guys that were funny. And so she'd be like, I cannot date a guy that's not funny. If he doesn't like crack jokes with me and be silly, like I can't date him. And she's like, in some reason, all the funny guys are like not motivated, not doing well in their career, like not really driven. And she's like, so I don't know. It's like I either get to date a guy that I laugh with,
boring and successful,
or a guy that's boring and successful. She thought that if they were successful and driven, they're boring. And I was like, that's
but because
like
I had that belief, it kept coming into my life over and over again. So it was cool having you to bounce back stuff, because you're like, that's a negative belief. And then I'd be like, okay, shit. So then I would script in the morning and say the opposite. And then literally it would completely transform, where all of a sudden all these successful, funny people would come out of the woodworks. And I'm like, dude, your core beliefs, that's why even like the ones from my parents when I was younger being like, oh, you're going to have to marry someone rich. Like I would just be like, okay, that's a belief that I don't like. And it helped me so much in dating, because I won't even watch shows like Sex and the City. I know is very popular, but they say a lot of negative beliefs.
They do.
And I'm always like, I don't want to take this on. So I'm like,
I always shield myself before watching negative stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not going to take this belief on. I'm just going to look for entertainment.
Sex and the City is toxic as fuck. Like, I love it, but Carrie.
Oh, it's so toxic.
Like, what? Like, what?
She's something else.
You know? So, but you know what's crazy? I love to rewatch it just in the background, kind of. And you do find yourself, sometimes you're a Carrie. And sometimes you're not.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes I love her. Sometimes I love to watch Sex and the City. And sometimes I watch and have to turn it off because she annoys me.
Yeah.
But it's your different, like, times in life where you like certain things, you know? And then you dislike them again. And then you like them again. And that's the first time I realized it was actually Sex and the City that you said that. Sometimes I get so annoyed by what she does and because I'm not there. And sometimes you're like, I'm like, oh, yeah, girl, I feel you. You know? You know, it's crazy. And it's like, it's the same show. A show doesn't change.
That's
you
like
change.
Exactly. And a really good point that we're saying this, because for anyone listening, and I've said this before, but like, have you guys seen the show Tell Me Lies? Oh
it's so
my gosh.
great.
It is the most, it's such a popular show. If you look it up on TikTok, it has millions of views of people talking about the show. I mean, it is a good show. It's one of those shows you start watching, you can't stop watching because it is good, but it is so toxic. And that's a good point of like, if you're always, you know, looking at the negative sides, or you're around people and they're always talking about negative parts of dating, you have to get to a place in your life where you're like, do I want to believe this anymore? Do I want to keep repeating this in my life? Like, no, if I don't, then what are the limiting beliefs that I keep feeling, and like write them down. Like one of the ones that I know is very common in LA that I even went through is, as I said, my pool was getting smaller. One of the big ones is like, okay, if I want to have someone that's also on my level, like where I feel like they get to teach me things and they are successful and they are driven and so forth. I know my pool's getting smaller in LA because the successful men, a lot of times, you know, hook up with a lot of girls. So when I got to a place where I'm like, okay, what is it that I want to believe? I want to believe that I can have a guy that has those things, but, you know, is very loyal, is very picky on who they share their energy with. Like, I'm going to watch like how they act in public places, or you can pick up these little things by the things they're saying. Like, I always find like an immediate red flag in a guy that like talks about, like, you could just see little things that they talk about. You're like, okay, red flag. They're not going to be, they're not in a
Or
place
even
to
the way
settle
they
down.
talk about
the way they talk about women they've
or-
dated, or the way they talk about women in the room, or the way that they'll say things too. Like, you know, you notice those things. We all notice them. But then it's the difference between, you know, a girl that entertains that and a girl that's like, there's something so powerful. And this was like such a big thing that I learned these last years, is after I was single for over 2 years. And I committed to like, there's something so powerful when you commit to staying single and saving and saving your space and your energy for the right person. Every time you show up for yourself like that, imagine you're like filling a jar and you're like putting more and more value into the jar, and your energy is becoming more and more valuable. And when it's gonna feel lonely, because I did it. I didn't kiss a guy for 2 years. I felt lonely, but I kept literally being like, I'm going to just keep allowing my energy and my value and what I look for rise. And you get to a place where not just anyone can enter it.
Yeah.
And the right man that feels that way about their life is going to attract into your life. And then that's when I started like inviting such better men that like don't sleep around, that want to have a loyal relationship, that are telling me like, I want to get married and have kids soon. Like, I'm like, whoa, okay. Like successful men. So like you start to like, you really do attract what you are. Not what you are, what you believe. Yeah. And sometimes maybe it's a mirror to you of like, okay, I need to heal this part of myself because I keep attracting these type of people. Let me stop for a second and look within and try to like rebalance, like, what am I attracting? And so I had that limiting belief and I changed it. And now it's interesting. Even in the biggest, most like Playboy, LA is like known for it. We're in like the worst place to date. People talk about it everywhere. Like LA is the hardest to date. You see that online.
Listen, guys, have something.
Yes.
I'm gonna get deep now.
Yay.
So I will say we underestimate the power that our mind has over us. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if we say LA is the most toxic place to meet men, we're going to meet every toxic man in LA.
Exactly.
If we say, oh, I only get poor guys who can't take care of me, you're only going to meet poor guys that can't take care of you.
Exactly.
If you meet guys that you're like, if you're like, I always meet cheaters. All guys are cheaters. You're going to meet every cheater in the world.
Exactly.
So I think that we have to keep that in mind. And I love what you're saying in terms of like, you have to know what you want and be like, I want this kind of man and hold on to that. And hold, because that's your power and with your mind.
Exactly.
So when you do that, you see the outcome. Mm-hmm. You meet all of what you want. Mm-hmm. All the guys that want to have kids, want to do all the things that you want. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So power.
And I like to, you had a point, Tara, one time where you explained that the more you do say no to those people that you know aren't treating you right or don't have the values that align to you, instead of just entertaining it, you do just say no. And then you're actually allowing that to come into your field. Because otherwise, if you keep entertaining it, you're telling the universe like, okay, I'll accept this treatment. And then it keeps coming. So like really shutting that down. Because I know some girls are always like, well, I don't want to be alone. So I'll just
like I'll give you an example. There was this guy that when I was single for the 2 years, the only guy in the 2 years that I almost entertained. I didn't entertain, but like, I met him out and then he's an actor and like every girl would obviously think he's so attractive. He is very attractive, successful, all these things. And then I saw he was really funny and I never have seen him out and I don't know anyone he's hooked up with, which is a huge plus for me. If I don't know one person you've dated, love it. You haven't dated any of my friends? Great. Are you? Like, I love that. So then I'm like, okay, so then he had these things and I'm like, okay. And then he asked me to hang out. He's like, asked me on a date on like a Saturday. He's like, let's hang out on Saturday. So I'm like, okay. Then on Saturday comes around, doesn't even hit me up.
Yeah.
So then what I could have done is he then texts me the next day and saying, I'm so sorry. Like, sorry about Saturday. Like, what's up? How are you? Just changing the subject. So I'm like, okay. I'm literally going to put you in that bucket now. You are no longer someone that's on my level or even going to get that level of my attention ever again. And you've shown me who you are. So then I was like, I completely put him into the friend zone. Now I'm just friends with him. And I've seen him out, like and now I've seen his true colors. I see how he is around other girls now. And he's like, try to suck up to me. But I'm like, no, I already know who you are. You're not on my level anymore. You showed me who you are. And so like, that is something, it's like, if I then accepted that behavior and continue to entertain that, where is that going to lead me? It's going to lead me to someone that's not ready to settle down, not ready to commit, doesn't know how to treat me at my level of what I expect and how I expect to be treated by a man. And so we all have these choices in life and like we think no one's watching, but our inner self is watching. And until we learn that lesson and show up for ourselves and don't allow that behavior, we keep repeating the same patterns.
They're like, you didn't learn the lesson, dude.
Okay, let's do it.
That is true. That is so true. She was like, thank you for your services. That is true. Be gone now.
Yeah. So, and it's hard to do, but we have to, and it's scary too. It's scary choosing a new path, just like choosing to move out here, just like choosing to take a different career path. It's scary to do these things because it's the unknown and it's hard because not everyone's doing it. And you gotta just constantly come back to yourself and believe in something more and just keep showing up for yourself every day and believe that it's something more. And there will be times where you get a little lonely. You'll be like, oh shoot, maybe I should just entertain this guy or go on this date with that guy. I know they're not ready to commit, but I like the attention. But you don't realize that it's like entertaining that attention is literally lowering your value because you're better than that. You're better than being around someone that can't treat you like the queen and so forth. It's crazy.
Agreed. It is crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe you need like one really bad experience to realize that. I feel like everyone kind of does.
Yeah,
You know?
of
And then you're like,
course.
while you're in it, you hate it, but then after it, you're like, oh, that was kind of really good. Like I needed that.
Because do you look back at
You
some
know?
guys you entertain and you're like,
Oh, don't even get me started.
I think everybody has that.
totally
those guys that you're so embarrassed you wouldn't even want to admit it to yourself, let alone anyone else.
It's like, isn't that your ex-boyfriend? You're like, no.
I don't know who that is.
What do you mean?
Honey, that was charity work. Put it on your
work.
taxes.
And then you look back at that version of you and you're like, okay, I was so much more insecure then, or I didn't know my worth then. And you're like, you almost have this part of yourself. It's like part of it. I've had those experiences where I like want to not even look at that part of me that had that experience. I'm like, oh God, I'm embarrassed of it. But then there's a part of me that's like, I want to love that girl that was more insecure, that didn't value herself, that thought that she needed to be around that type of person. And it's like, I love you for that time, and thank you for showing me that I deserve better.
Yeah.
It's
Thanks for going through that shit for me.
I think
seriously.
I think everybody needs at least one situationship in their life, because I had one that went on for years and years. And it really taught me a lot of hard lessons that I had to learn. And it was to the point where I would ask this guy on Valentine's Day, are we doing anything? And he's like, we're not dating.
Wow.
And I'm going and picking up roses for my mom at the store. And he's like, and I'm like, oh, these guys are picking up roses for their wives and their girlfriends. And yeah, he kept on reiterating that we're not dating. And he told me that, oh, it's just another day. And I mean, like, you can come over, and like almost felt like he had like a petty, like it was like a petty thing. Like, oh yeah, you can come over. We could just like chill. And it really made me realize, wow, I do not deserve this.
No.
Why did I put myself through years and years of that? It's almost like abuse. And so, especially like emotional abuse. And I feel like now I'm in a place where my standards are so high that this guy, I don't even give this guy better not even be in the same vicinity at this point. Like, I am on a different level. If we even have a conversation ever, which I doubt will happen again, if we did, we would have nothing to talk about. Nothing. And so, and it's sad to say, but this guy is, as I've seen, Instagram, he's still on that same level. Like, he hasn't leveled up. He hasn't grown. He's still doing the same stuff.
It's so depressing.
And it's so depressing because it's like, bro, you're pushing like 35 and like your hairline,
like your hairline's receding. Like,
it's
grow up.
getting there. That's why he's using like the red light therapy and stuff, and not making fun of you guys with receding hairlines.
It's more
and
so
stuff,
just
but
like get your shit together.
it's like at some point you have to wake up and you have to say like, I want this. But taxi cab theory, guys, look it up.
Wow,
It's
what's
very
the taxi cab theory?
Oh my gosh.
Please
The
tell
light
us.
is on.
Yeah.
Light is on or off.
You,
Yeah.
you tell them.
You tell them. You Sex in the City, guys? No?
I
cab is
forget
on.
I've
It's
seen
like
it, but I don't
you
remember
see
that part.
taxis all the time passing you, but you can only get in if the light is green. If you
Yes.
try to stop one where the light is not green, you're going to stand there and you're going to get angry and you're going to get all, you're out of your piece. You're like, oh my God, why I'm not getting it, blah, blah, blah. So you have to look out for the ones that are actually green. And you
There's-
only
yeah.
get the ones that are green to like even stop for you.
Yes.
The other ones will pass you.
Right.
You have them
Yes.
for a second maybe, but then they're gone because they were not green from the beginning and we should have seen this.
And dare I say, we go into the cab with a destination.
Yeah.
Destination can be life, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, husband, wife. And we go into that taxi and it's like, there's no destination here. We're just driving around the town. Like, there's no, he's just, just chilling in the taxi. We're both just chilling in the taxi. You know, at this
We'll
point,
drive.
we both don't have a destination.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
We're going nowhere.
Going nowhere.
Don't you feel like now though, like, do you make it clear when you're dating people where are we going, like what your goals are, where you want to go in a relationship? Because I feel like when I was younger, I used to be like trying to be the cool girl and act like I don't really care, but like
Yeah.
now
Go with
I'm
the
like,
flow.
no, I
Kind of like
know.
no matter how long it takes, I'm gonna vibe with it. Like 6 months, he didn't ask me if I want to be his girlfriend. Fine, I'm
Yeah.
cool.
Oh.
I'm chilling.
So cool.
That's actually a good thing that you're asking that, because I struggle with that, because I feel like we have to stay in our feminine, because I feel like it's more of a masculine thing to be like, so what are we? You know?
How long do you wait?
Ooh, I think like 3 months is solid. Like if you're dating a guy for like 3 months and he hasn't asked you, 3 to 4, you know,
4 is
give
a
him
lot.
little-
4 is a lot. I'm not doing that shit for 4 months.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
but
what?
But like, no, take into
Girl.
account, like, you know,
you're dating other
travel.
people and
Yeah, you know, like you have to take into account. Always give like an extra month for like, you know, good luck. But I think like 4 months is a good, like, okay, like, are we gonna be boyfriend or girlfriend or not?
A good thing that I would always say too when I was dating guys, and like I was like, because there was sometimes guys where they're like, I wanted to know what their intentions were, if they wanted something casual or a serious relationship, and when they would ask me, I'd always be like, well, I want a relationship, because why would I have something casual? That means I'm talking to someone and having sex with someone that I don't actually like that much. Like,
Right.
why would I
Yeah.
do that? No, I want a relationship. And that always put the power back in my hands, because I feel like a lot of women were worried about like looking like we just want to settle down or like whatever, and it like pushing men away. But in a way, it made guys want to come towards me. So that was like a cool thing that I
See, I feel
switched
like
up.
it would not push the right person away.
No, of
Exactly.
course.
I'm at that point now. I'm like, I say whatever the fuck I want. If that person doesn't vibe with it,
Yeah.
like I'm literally don't care. But when I was younger, I wasn't like that. I was always kind of trying to, not that I changed myself, but I was always kind of a little bit more like
Yeah, you adapt.
cautious about like, what are you, what are you saying? Or you want to be the best self. No. Now I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And it changed so much. Like the person I'm dating now is so like, I can say whatever I want and it just still fits. It still fits. And this is when you know, oh, like I don't have to like, I don't know, be careful about what I say, and like, what if it's gonna, as you just said, push them away? Like
Yeah,
if that's the case, if you feel like someone is pulling back because you said something, or you want a relationship, or you ask them, what are we?
It's probably the wrong person.
Get the fuck away from me anyways.
Yes.
You know? So, and it takes a while to get there, that you realize you have to choose yourself, because usually all those insecurities that we all went through, everyone went through, come from being chosen. You just want to be chosen by someone. You just want to be loved. We're all human beings, and that's all we want, you know? But once you choose yourself, this is when it changes.
Yeah.
So
And it
true.
takes so long. For some people, they get there with 50. Some people get there with 20. Some people never get there. And some people get there, I don't know, in their own like pace, you know? But realizing that point, that someone is out there that will accept that will accept you, I don't know, being more in your masculine, you asking, what are we? You know, you being more like, oh, I'm like a boss, and you have to roll with it. The right person will be like, oh, hell yeah.
That's the true. It's like
Yeah.
all the dating advice in the world, it really just comes down to, are you going to choose yourself?
Yeah.
And because when you choose you, that's self-love, and
Yeah,
people can
over and
feel
over.
that, and they
Absolutely.
would either rise to the occasion or
Yes.
they don't, and the wrong ones will leave.
And it feels so good if they do. If you just say something and they're vibing with it, and you're like, wait a minute, that's new. I didn't know that happens. Like, what? You're rolling with it? Like, let's get married. You're like, wait, this is so nice. Like, it's so refreshing. And now, once you have that, once you get there, you're never going back.
Never.
That's
Oh, no,
that's
you
something, right? Like like I realized that, and I'm like, once I got there and I realized that, oh my God, there's a whole different world out there when it comes to dating, right? There is someone out there that is perfect. Why would I ever go back? For what?
Because now you know what
For what?
how you should be treated.
Yeah.
I was also going to say a big thing is like when you start dating too, is trying not to put your rose glasses on of the relationships on someone.
yeah.
Like you want to point out like all the list of things they have. Well, he's successful and he has this and he has this, and you're putting your rose glasses on the situation, and you're missing those times, or you make excuses for the times where he said like, yeah, well, I don't want to settle down anytime soon, or like little things he might say that you're just like pretending like you didn't hear, or saying, oh no, he meant this.
Yeah.
It's like we need to like slow down, really open our eyes to who are we even in, like if we're going on a date or something. It's like really take a step back. Just because they might have the qualities you think they have, you still need to like really open your eyes and see like, who is this person?
What do you want?
Yeah.
How are they making me feel? That's the best way. Like most of the time, am I feeling good or am I feeling like shit? Like, or am I anxious or like,
they bring out a calmness and a confidence or like a peace with myself, or do I feel like I need to prove myself and show my worth? And then that means that person, okay, if they're not picking it up already, then they're not the right one.
That is true. And it's so draining to do that. It's so draining to always try to be whatever they want. Isn't it insane? It's so draining.
Because you'll never, also you're making yourself unattractive, because I've done that in past relationships when I was younger. The more I try to conform to that controlling relationship I was in, trying to be that person because he wanted me to be more covered, not say my sexual jokes as much. Like he wanted, like was changing me as a person. I legitly, like I became unattractive to him because the thing that attracted him in the beginning was who I was in the beginning. That's why you liked me. So when you're conforming to people, you're actually becoming uglier.
That's true. 100%. Because no one is you. You know?
Yeah.
But if you try to be like Hailey Bieber, sorry, but it's like a thing, you know? You saw that where it's basically everyone saying that she copied the ex, you know, which is like, I see that. I can see that people do that. People think that if I'm going to be more like their ex-partner, because this is what they loved, they're going to love me more because they're going to be like, oh my God, you're so like my ex. And I was attracted to that. Yeah. But guess what? It's the ex. They broke up, you know, exactly because it didn't work out. So it makes no sense to try to be like them or look like them or whatever you do, because they're not there yet anymore, you know? So for a reason. So just do you, be you. But it's especially if you're like younger, that's pretty common. I feel like that people do that. I had that. I had crazy bitches that tried to literally like look like me or like act like me or whatever was going on. Yeah. And they think you don't see, but of course you do. And then you're just like, you're like, you can have him. Like, I'm good. Yeah. But it happens, you know, and it happens, look, like even celebrities, it happens there too. You know, that's what I said. We think, oh, it's just us. No,
there's insecurities everywhere.
Yes, and it's crazy. And I don't think it's actually healthy or right that everyone has so many insecurities. It's like a generational problem. Social media, whatever, you know, like more insecurities. I don't think people 80 years ago had that much.
Because they don't see everyone.
They don't have to see the whole world on their phone, their best version of them.
I also don't think our brain is made for that.
No.
We shouldn't be seeing that. Like, think about it, like 100 years ago. They had no idea what was going on in Australia. No idea. You know what I mean? Like, no idea. And they've maybe seen 10 baddies in their life. That's it.
And also think about it even more. They don't even know what's going on in the other town.
Yes.
In their a town over from them.
Yes.
So like think about we know what's going on
everywhere. And you see everyone. And that's insane. And you can just swipe and there's a person. And I don't think our brains are made for that. Like human brains are still kind of the same level as, I don't know, let it be hundreds of years ago. We didn't change much, you know? Our society evolved faster than we did. As a physical human being. And we're not made for that. This is like why we're so stressed out. We're not supposed to be stressed out like that the whole time.
And that's why we have one girlfriend, and I'm like, dude, that's so cool. We have one girlfriend and you don't find these people. This is like a freaking alien in the community. She doesn't have an Instagram. So anytime I like post her, I can't tag her. And people have been like, who is that? I can't tag her. She doesn't have no social media. And she was talking to me about, she's like, yeah, I mean, people have always told me to create an Instagram, but then I always think about, like, I wake up in the morning and I'm just like, I just wake up. Like, I don't have anything to
Does she have a TikTok?
No, she has nothing. Wow.
She's off grid.
She's off grid. And so then she like just wakes up and then like lives her morning and like does normal things. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? And I was
she's like an alien.
That's what I think sounds causes so peaceful. A lot of the like needing, because don't you ever know, I'm sure you guys have felt that, where you're going to sleep and you're just like on your phone scrolling because you don't feel satisfied by what you saw. So you just like stay on there longer. You stay like, and it's all coming from like, you're just not happy with. Yeah, I feel like it makes you more unhappy with your life because you're just like, you're getting the fix in the wrong place. Where that's why people do the detox.
Also, if you think about it, when you're constantly needing these like spikes of endorphins, you're not actually satisfied. Like, think about when we were growing up. We didn't have social media. Yeah. We were so entertained by this like littlest things.
Use your imagination.
So now you're bored. We're bored way easier because there's so much like things going on our phone that we forget that like being present and these things feel so like slow and like
it feels weird. Yeah.
Because it's around us all the time. Like just think about, I don't know, talking about war or something bad happened. We're like, you know, isn't that insane?
Yes.
Or like a horror movie. You're like, oh, that wasn't scary enough for me.
We're desensitized.
Yes, we are.
things.
But isn't that insane? Like back then, it wasn't like that. It was more like a shocker. You know, now it's like, oh, Saw wasn't as crazy. They could have
mass
seen more blood.
shootings.
Yes, and that's scary. Human beings should be way more like empathic and like all that, but it kind of gets lost a little bit. Sad.
You know what though? I'll go back to the point that you guys were talking about in terms of like social media, having it and scrolling. Honestly, if I didn't do this for a living, I wouldn't have social media. I feel like it's probably the most toxic thing ever, which is why like I don't really post.
I always tell you
I also
post
don't.
more.
I don't post, like, and I feel like we're kind of similar in that vibe, you know? And so I feel like people are like, well, why don't you post more? And I'm like, because I don't want to. Like I post when I want, and you know, and I'll try, but it's just hard because when I go on there, because I know my mind and I know that I'm confident in myself. I'm very confident in myself, but I know that there's always going to be a prettier girl that you see, or, you know, she has something that you want, and like, or you see just, you know, she's married, whatever. And like, you're like, oh my God, like, am I doing, and you start to get like in your mind about it.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's just, for me, it's better to just post my little thing and then get out.
Yeah.
And like, I don't doom scroll anymore. I'm like
really
very,
good.
I'm very big on like not doing that.
And it's called doom scroll.
Yeah.
Literally
That's
like,
funny.
and just,
That's why I only look at my DMs, post my shit, and get off.
Yeah,
like I look at what my friends want to message me.
What I
have
do that's
to.
helped my mental health, because I do go on social media a lot, is I mute a lot of people that make me feel like obviously not you guys, because you guys give me a good feeling, but like there's a lot of people I've muted if I get triggered by them, or like I feel not like, you know, there's some people in your life that like, you know, maybe don't want the best for you, or like it's
like
not
or that you
evil
had a
eye.
bad experience with,
evil
or
eye.
whatever.
And it's like I don't want them to know that I unfollowed them.
Oh,
and
I
now have
unfollow.
a
I'm
beef
reckless.
with them.
I don't give a fuck.
Actually, let's talk about it, because you unfollowed me.
No, I got remember when I got hacked?
She did get hacked. She did get
I got hacked.
Kristina unfollowed me. I remember, and then I saw that she refollowed me, and I was like,
No, she did.
No,
get
I
hacked.
got
I
hacked.
helped her. I helped her
guys,
get out of the hack.
I'm messing around.
No,
I
but-
knew what it was. I'm just messing around.
I blocked over.
But
like
I'm not gonna
400
lie,
people,
like
so-
before I mute someone, I unfollow. I unfollow everyone. I follow 200 people, and not because it's like people are always, oh, why did you unfollow me? As if we have beef. Like, I'm good. It's just I don't want to see what you post. I'm not interested in it, and I don't want to consume it. Like, and before I mute your ass, I'm gonna unfollow
I love
you.
you. Good for you, because I have a thing with like my thing is not wanting everyone to not know it. Like needing to be liked, needing to keep the peace. Oh, I follow you still. Don't worry. I don't have you up the podcast.
I was gonna see how
Tara
many people
follow me.
No, I'm gonna see how
Probably
many
like
people you
900. I follow a lot.
follow. Yeah, you do.
Because I have a big thing with like my network. And I have to,
It
with
helps
my
with
company,
business.
I have to
Yeah.
keep the peace with a lot of people, because like, you
But
know,
why? See, that's what I mean. Why would
if I
unfollowing
didn't
someone?
need to, I probably
Like
would.
offend them.
Yes, that's
It does.
something I don't.
It is offensive.
Why is it
I
offensive?
can tell, because like I could feel how that would be like. They're like, because then they think that you have a problem with them. And also I'm so considerate, and it's funny because you guys have seen the guys I date. I always date guys that don't give a fuck what
Yeah.
other people think. Like I always date the guy that like is like, I'm like, do you have any emotional intelligence? They're feeling uncomfortable. Like we're at a dinner table. I'm like, say hi, like make them feel comfortable. Cause I'm so empathetic. Like I took a test one time and my empathy is like through the roof. It's like not healthy how empathetic I am. I can see someone in a wheelchair. I'll tear. I'll make a prayer for them. Like she knows I'm
everywhere we go.
highly empathetic. So I'll literally like, I can feel everyone's energy in the room, and I always can tell like when someone feels uncomfortable or this, and I always want to make sure that they feel good. So that's a thing for me, is like unfollowing them. It's like I don't want them to feel like I hate them, or like because I don't want to hurt them. But also like in a way, like I know that I don't want to have to explain that I know like you might be hurt, but at the same time you don't care about me really. So I don't want to have that conversation. So I just leave it and then I mute them.
I even unfollow people that I'm actually like not my closest friends. I follow my closest friends, but like maybe people that I do see around. I'm not gonna lie. And like
good for you. I mean,
and I'm not doing it out of like because I don't like him or anything. It's just like the content that you post, I just don't want to consume, and I realize that. And
which is good for your mental
I also
health.
unfollowed all brands. You know, when you follow like random brands.
Yes.
I don't want to get like triggered to buy all the time because I did that. You know, I've been in a circle of like, oh my god, like this is new, I'm buying it. So I unfollowed all of that.
Good for you.
And then I refollowed pages that I'm actually interested in. I follow a lot of movie pages, a lot of history pages, because if I doom scroll, I want to at least learn some shit.
Yeah.
And I also follow memes. I do love memes, not gonna lie. So, but that's giving me something, you know? If I just see someone posting their, I don't know, Frenchie all the time, I'm like, all right, cool, but like, I don't need that. Sometimes you gotta take the trash out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sorry. I'm good with the people I follow.
What's crazy is that I have a Frenchie.
Oh my god! I'm so sorry. They're cute. You never posted though.
I never posted.
You better not
My
post it. I'll unfollow you.
I'm not. The quality. I have to qualify to be on her friends
I'm
list.
sorry. No, but I got very particular about what I like and what I don't.
It
you
is
know,
good.
and I wasn't like that before. I got
And it's a
there.
confidence within yourself that doesn't feel the need to be liked by others.
Yeah, and it's like
which
if
is
they
a hard
unfollow, I
thing to
don't
let go
care.
of. Like I still have that. Like the feeling of needing to be liked is like a part of me. I'm like, I don't want to create problems. It's like,
But
I
that's
need
not
to
a
let
problem.
That go.
But
But unless
that's-
someone fucks me over,
but-
then I'm really good at cutting them off.
But dare I say, I think that's a consequence of being from LA.
yes.
I think that because LA is so small that it's like if you're not friends with that person, they're friends with 4 people in your group, and
now
you're
it's a
like,
beef.
and
It's
now
beef.
it's a beef, and then they're
Exactly,
talking,
it's
and then
high
it's
school.
like it's high school, and that is what irks me because like there's some people I just don't like, but it's like then I'm around, I have to be around them. I have no choice, but like I won't act fake, but like you know it's kind of awkward.
There's like a girl specifically I'm dealing with this with right now where I know that she's like, I've seen parts of her that like I just don't want someone like that in my life.
Do you follow
But
her?
she's friends with yes, I muted her. She's friends with other people around me, and I know for a fact if I unfollowed her, she's gonna call me and want to sit down and talk. And I don't have anything to say to this person anymore.
you just
I've
don't
seen their
want that
true
energy,
colors, and
yeah.
I've seen the way they treat even their closest friends. But I see a lot of them just deal with it. I don't want to.
Yeah.
So like I like, you know, I can tell that she's starting to realize that I don't want to be around her anymore because she's brought it up to my friends like, you know, oh yeah, like like asked them to ask me if she can come to things. Like, and I just don't want to be around her anymore because it's just like something I don't want. So I'm having this internal battle with myself of like, fuck, she's friends with people I know. I'm going to have to see her. But I don't want you around me anymore.
But that's protecting your
reckless.
energy.
It's protecting my energy. But I know, like you said, it's going to create then I have to explain why. Then I have to sit her
But you
down
don't
and
have
be like,
to.
I
That's what it
know
is.
who you are and your true
But
colors.
what's
and I
wild
just
though
don't want to
too
be
is
around you.
I blocked.
It would be a lot.
Sorry, I blocked 400 people and nobody's really like freaked out.
Oh, I call it the graveyard. I'm reckless. I block.
I love how me and her are the
everyone.
same.
Literally, like yeah.
You're not gonna stress me out on my phone. Like what? No, no,
That's true.
no. And
That's
I'm-
why I also created just like a friends page if people want to do, but like for my dating content, I'm like, none of you really give a fuck about it. Like I've just blocked everybody, and I was like, you can follow me on the friends page, and I don't even go on it. But there you go. There's
nothing there.
people. But yeah, I noticed though because I did ketamine therapy. And I noticed during it that there was a lot of people that were following me or people I was following and seeing that triggered like weird memories. Like there could be someone from my past that triggers like a part of me and then it will make me think about a memory of my childhood. Or there's someone that I know judged me, I had a bad experience with, and then I'm thinking about them judging me on my post or like whatever. So I just noticed I was getting these unnecessary triggers about like random things that are bringing my mind to all these different thoughts when I'm like, I just want to be in my fucking peace. So I was like, just block.
Yeah, gotta go.
them all.
No, I get
wanted
it.
to post freely, like you know how when you post on
I get
TikTok,
that.
I don't know,
You
you guys
give a
both
fuck
don't really
what
post
people
on
think.
TikTok,
No.
but when you post on TikTok, and I think a real reason why a lot of influencers like love TikTok is because you can post freely and not have to like care. Whereas Instagram has been like, we've all grown up with Instagram. It's people from our high schools, like when we were younger.
Everywhere.
There's so much like internal subconscious like triggers that when you post something like, oh, they're gonna see it, or they saw it, or they saw it. So she went down this rabbit hole and blocked anyone that made her feel even an inkling of they would judge
love
something.
that.
You're
like
she
me.
blocked
I love
them, and
that.
now she just posts and posts and does
It's
it freely.
amazing.
You know what's also a weird thing, guys, and I want to get your opinion on this. So there's like a few women that I follow, and like maybe 2 guys, but definitely a few women that I follow, and they won't like anything of mine, so I'm not gonna like anything of yours. But it's like, why do you follow me? Because I feel like you're always the first person to view my story. So it's almost like, are you a hater?
Yeah.
But like trying to keep me close in a sense of like, you're not gonna unfollow me, and I'm not gonna unfollow you because I'm not gonna make it awkward. But it's almost like, dude, like, can't we just unfollow each other at this point?
Can
Like,
we just-
what
there's
are
like
you,
this awkward.
because what are we doing? It like
You
adds
know
this
that-
unnecessary tension.
I've seen this exact clip. Sorry, I'm on social media. This is like a very trending topic right now, what you just said.
Period.
I've seen it on the Explore page many times from many girls. They're like, you're the first person that always watches my stories.
Yeah.
And you never like anything.
Yeah.
And like, what are we?
Yeah, what are That's why I was just like, I just didn't want it anymore because I was
DM
like, I
her,
don't want to care.
what are we?
I honestly am to the point where I'm
It's been more
A.
than 4 months, so you can say that.
You can unfollow her and also remove her as a follower. Why not? Then it's just a mutual without her knowing.
Oh, yeah, because she's like, did I unfollow her?
I feel like it's a little petty because it's like a little bit.
Yeah.
They care too much.
I know, that's why
Yeah.
I would.
That's why I was just like, I
It's
stopped
because
caring.
you guys are in your piece because for us, we feel like, and it's good for the viewers.
Right.
I don't want to have to deal with the problem because I
drama.
know I'm going to see them.
Yeah.
And I know they're going to come up to me. And it's just like, now we have beef. And
Yeah.
they're going to tell other people, or maybe they don't come up to me, but they're going to tell everyone else. And I'm
Right.
like,
So,
do you have
but
a
who
problem
cares?
with blah, blah, blah?
Who cares?
And then what do you see?
I'll be
You
like,
say,
I don't fuck with your content. Bye. That's not an issue. Like I don't know.
Honestly, I'm so tired of seeing your sponsored post. Like, I'm like, oh my
See,
gosh, if I see
bye.
one more, I may just unfollow.
see, that's why I just mute them. I mute their posts and their
I
stories.
did, but it's like the fact that she's even holding space in my followers is crazy.
I have 901 followers or following. I want to have 900. I need to clear it out.
I sometimes even think 200 is too much. I'm like, whenever I follow
Wow,
someone
good
new,
for
and
you.
I really just follow people I'm really close with, I'm like, one has to kind of go.
Wow.
I think like that sometimes, and they're like amazing people I met, and I'm like vibing with them, but I probably know that I'm never going to see them again.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I wish you all the best, but we're just not connected.
Because
Christina wants to
also-
be 119.
I've been there.
But also, if you think about it, like following
I've been there.
900 people, that's 900 people's lives she's looking at.
Yeah.
200 is already a lot. So
Yeah.
it's like she's just.
I think there's, I'm going to say a positive about this because I do agree
it
with
does
you.
help with networking.
I was going to say, but that's because that's what I do for a living. There's so many people I've met throughout my life experience that like do something random in their career that has came up for me and as a reminder, like, oh shoot, I can hit them up for this. So it's helped me a lot in my career.
I get that.
You know, because I say I'm very big on like networking to grow my career, but there's also something so healthy with not feeling the need to have everyone. And also it's more sacred of like who you're actually connecting with, and also a really much healthier for your mental health. Like I've seen some people that take it too extreme and they're like following one person and they're like, I don't want to see
That's
anything on
okay. That's crazy. But it's like, it's quality over quantity.
I mean, if you really wanted to, just to simplify it, you could just make a friends page where it's only people that you care about, and that's where you scroll, and then have the one for work where you have network.
Yeah, you don't use it.
Like, who cares?
I don't know. I feel like I'm at the point in my life where everything is quality instead of quantity, you know? And it's like with everything, with followers, with your time, with relationships, with all of that.
That's really good because
Like,
right
seriously.
now you're increasing your value so
Oh,
much. By doing
absolutely.
that.
And I don't give a fuck if someone is like, oh, you unfollowed me. So
You know,
Like, go cry.
you
I
are
don't
probably
care.
one of the most healed people I think I've ever met
But
in my life.
bitch, I've went through it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you
Fine.
know what? You have to hit rock bottom to like
Yeah.
basically kind of like get up there. And once you did that, you're like, I'm good. Nothing can actually like bother me. I never thought if we would have talked like a year ago, I wouldn't sit here and say that, you know? Like it takes you a while to get there. Now I'm like, I'm so unbothered. Like if someone wouldn't invite me to their birthday and I'm even close to them, I'll be like, all right, and have fun. I hope you have a great birthday. Or something like they wouldn't follow me and I do see them around. I wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah.
Or like as you said, I get it that people have to network. I totally get it. For me, it's like I don't even want to ask anyone or be with anyone. I'm very much like in my bubble and I love my friends so much that I feel like I have the best quality friends and people around me that I don't even know how I got so lucky to do that. What you said, like we attract that somehow. Yeah. And I'm so lucky with that I literally don't let anyone fuck with my peace anymore at all.
And also that serves you, like being
Oh,
this
it's
way,
so
because not
nice.
everyone's lifestyle is going to serve each other.
Yeah.
Like this is serving you into
Oh.
your most powerful in peace, and everyone's is going to look different. Like some people are
It's so
gonna,
peaceful here.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. When you're in your bubble,
I feel
you're
like if I was like, I feel like I could get to that place like later in my life, like when I have kids.
As
and,
I
like,
said,
settle
it takes
down.
like some people have it with 40, some people have it with 50, you know? Like now I'm like, I don't know how I got there. I literally can't tell you guys because I was a person that was kind of a little stressed or like anxious a lot.
I
you know,
actually
when I
do
was
remember
younger.
you had some anxiety.
Yes, I
You
did have that. And I don't
yes.
even know why. I
Yeah,
always
you actually
realized-
are like, was it going to Nashville? You are so grounded. Like, have you been meditating?
I'm
What's
not
been
gonna
going
lie.
on?
Like I needed that. I needed that in my life to happen.
Yeah.
I needed that to
yeah,
happen.
she moved out
Well,
of
there is
LA,
an
and you
anxious
are
energy.
very grounded.
because I was done. You know when I moved, when I decided to move to Nashville after my Vegas experience.
wow.
That I told you guys before.
So that was like
That was my after that day. I went back home and told my roommates, "You need to find a new one. I'm leaving."
That was like your rock
That was
bottom.
my literally. I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
you were closing that chapter. It
Yeah,
didn't serve you anymore.
and I really needed that. And I always was in the mentality. I don't know why, but I was always in the kind of victim mentality. I always thought when I was younger, the world is against me. You know, my friends are against me. Everything, my family is against me. No one gets me. I was always the victim kind of for myself, right? No one actually did anything to me, but I always made myself kind of the victim. This is why I ended up in horrible relationships. This is why I got into some situations where I shouldn't be in, because I did that to myself. You can shit talk the other person, you know, and say, oh my God, that guy was horrible, or that girl was horrible, but they didn't chain you to a chair. You didn't have to stay there.
Yeah.
I did that to myself. And then you ask yourself at some point when you actually get there, what was wrong with me? Fuck them. You know, no matter, like, you don't have to talk about them. It's like, what was wrong with me? And once I got there, no idea how that happened. No idea. But I got there at some point. I woke
I
up
think
one
it's
day.
self-awareness over
Could
time.
be.
You start noticing your feelings. You're like,
Yes.
how's this person making me feel? How's this situation? Because that's what happened with social media for me. I was
But
like,
that's what I'm
why am I
saying.
feeling bad when I'm doing this? So then I
Yes.
was like, cut this out.
But
And
I wasn't thinking about the person anymore at all. It was really always like, I woke up one day and was like, what is actually wrong with me? Like, what did I do? And once you hit that, it literally changed. And now I'm so unbothered. Like, I don't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah,
It's
because you know
crazy.
the right people will be in your
Oh,
life.
absolutely.
And the wrong people won't. And the people that you're clinging to is like, they're not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And also, like,
Absolutely.
yeah, you've definitely gotten very grounded, and it was probably really good for you to get away from this like noise, because you probably came to like a more calming place of like really sitting with yourself, and also the feeling of like not having FOMO, not needing to be everywhere
At all.
these events, all these birthdays, all these things. You kind of went to like almost like secluded.
No, totally.
And completely detached from the need.
It's
of all
so
this.
nice. It's calming. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
No, that's why I don't want to live in LA forever. But
Yeah.
it
I
is
also,
an anxious energy. I notice when I travel
is.
and I come back, I could feel like, oh, I have to care about what people think again. When
But you don't have
I'm
to,
traveling, you
you
don't
know?
know. But I know, but it's the energy of like the city. It's hard to explain.
yeah. No.
like-
I get it. I
Granted,
get it.
I didn't know that she moved to Tennessee, and I would like watch her stories, and there'd be like she'd be in the most aesthetically pleasing places, and I'm like, where is that in LA?
You're like, I'm
where
like,
is that bitch? I'm like, yo, this like looks so cool. This park.
Yeah.
not realizing she moved to Nashville.
I always, you know what I realized when I moved to LA, since like you guys know this, right? For me, it's like I've been here and there and lived here and there. When I moved here, I was kind of like a chicken without a head, running around chasing whatever I thought makes me happy. I was like, oh my God, this and this and this is so cool. Don't get me wrong, it was all fun, but it was never what really truly made me happy. It would make me anxious.
Yeah.
And when I lived in Europe, I never had anxiety. I didn't even know what the fuck that was. When I saw reels and stuff and people talking about anxiety, I was like, what is that?
It felt made up when I first
I
heard
really
about didn't
know what it is.
until
And then I
had it.
experienced it and I was
Yes.
like, oh, this doesn't feel good. And then I moved and then I remember I was at a friend's house and I was feeling not good. Like I was not happy with myself. It was in a weird place. And I sat down and actually made a list of things that I loved as a kid.
Aw.
I was
So
writing them
important.
down, and no one ever saw that. It was just me and myself sitting there and thinking about, oh, what did actually make me happy? And I was writing down simple things. Hiking, being in the woods. Like I'm not a beach girl. I love the mountains. Like that's my thing. In the woods, people are attracted to water. Other people are attracted to, I don't know, other things. And for me, it was always the woods and having green around me and going camping. And I don't look like that, but I'm like kind of tomboy. I love to dig in the dirt. I would love to dig out fossils and stuff like that. That's like something I'm interested in. I love history a lot. I love to geek out about nerdy shit. I love gaming. I love all that. And I wrote that down and I realized that's what a different environment gives me. Nashville, for example, right? Could be wherever you go. Other people have other interests. For them would be maybe London good or whatever it is, right? I have another friend that moved to Paris and she's super happy there. And now coming back here, I realize there's nothing here that keeps me here or like I like to do. And now I'm way less anxious. It's great. I'm like, I'm here since 4 days and I'm kind of ready to leave.
Wow.
Not because I love my friends, right? Like, don't get me wrong. But it's just,
it doesn't serve you anymore. It doesn't have the things that
you know what I discovered for myself? Maybe you guys, like if someone would have told me that a couple months ago, I would be like, all right. Now I love it. I go to movies alone a lot.
Whoa.
Almost like I have a movie pass where
That's
I
so
pay
cute.
where I pay like a amount a month and I can go however often I want to. And I discovered that I don't even want to go with people. Sometimes, my friends are like, oh, let's go together. I'm like, you know what? No. It's like I discovered that this is so like my own little bubble that makes me happy. So whenever I feel a little stress or, you have something, whatever it is, and you're not feeling really great, I discovered that this is something I can use as a tool to go there and just feel like, oh, that's me time. When other people have like, they go work out, I do go work out, but it doesn't give me the peace that I need. And I realized that, and I swear you guys, you see me at the movies or at home. I live at the movies. I'm not gonna, it gives me so much peace, and especially doing it alone. A couple years ago, or even 1 year ago, I would have been too insecure to do it.
I would be
yes,
insecure to do
but
it.
you know
I'm,
what?
like, scared about doing things
I was
alone.
like that. I was like that back then, and I remember the very first time I went with a friend, but her kid got sick or something, and she had to cancel. So it was me, and I was like, you know what? What am I gonna do? Like, am I gonna actually go alone? Don't get me wrong, it's weird the first time, like you go. It's the same thing as you have lunch alone. It's like I'm just sitting here alone. They think I have no friends. I'm like, ugh. And I went there and I was like, this is the best thing ever. I loved it so much. And now I'm using this actually as a tool for whenever I do feel anxious or just like, I don't know, I want to do something for myself, like a self-treat kind of thing.
Yeah.
I go and watch a movie alone. And I think way more people should do that. If I want to see that movie and I want to just have it, why would I wait for someone else to do that?
Yes, that's so
I do that with even hobbies too. Like I'll go
Exactly.
take classes by myself and people are like, why are you going by yourself? I was like, I almost just like to be in my space and like learn and like take it serious. So for me, it helped me grow a lot because I was always so worried about like being in public or like doing a dance class by myself. So I was like, no, I like pushing myself outside of that comfort zone.
I wasn't like that before.
Yeah,
I just
no,
turned
me
like
either.
I also do pole dance and I just went there alone and was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it.
It's so mature of
great.
you.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
so.
Like people think, oh, I can't do it. But at some point you just have to try.
just
It was
push it.
awkward.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
Yeah,
Like
at
it
first
was
it's-
awkward. It's not that you just wake up and you're like, oh, I'm made for this. No, it was hella weird. But at some point you realize, oh, it isn't bad. And why would I wait my whole life I even traveled alone. I went to Dubai alone. I was
so scared to travel alone.
yeah, but that's like, why would you wait for someone,
I really have been wanting to go to Hawaii. They know, and I'm like telling all my friends, like, let's go to Hawaii. Let's go to Hawaii. Because but it's like my soul has been calling me to go there because
Then
the
you
last
should
time
go.
I went there, I had the most. I feel like I was rebirthed because the energy there is so cleansed.
Yeah.
So
No
grounded.
anxiety, I feel like, exists on the islands.
But then you
None.
should
Like,
go by
exactly.
yourself more.
I'd be
Book a
so
nice hotel.
terrified.
Oh, I love that. I sometimes, I love to have my people around me and I love my friends, but my social battery is very low. Very. And I don't know why it changed over the years.
Wow.
Back then I wanted to be around people and I was like, oh no, come over, hang out, let's do, Now I'm more of like, I love you, but get the fuck out of my house. It's like, and my friends always make fun of me because I'm like, all right, bye. And I just turn around and dip. And I think that's a thing of like self-care, as you said.
it is.
Self-love too.
It is.
Yeah.
And you know what's
being willing to choose yourself
Yes.
over the need to like get like
yeah.
make other people feel good.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I
And
had
it's
to learn
usually-
that too,
yourself
because I
feel
noticed
good.
if I would get too drained by people, because no matter what, you're like taking on their energy a lot.
Yeah.
So as soon as I could go by myself, I didn't feel like I needed to entertain, and that's when I can truly be with myself and energize myself again, and like feel like, okay, now I could be around people. So I was like,
That's
I have to. That's why I'm scared to ever live with anyone. I was like, we're gonna have to have a room or a place where I can go be alone.
But that's what I'm saying now. Like now with the partner that I have now, he can be around me all the time, even though I am the person that does not want people around. I can talk to him on the phone for 4 hours. I don't get drained.
yeah,
That's what I mean.
No, yeah,
Once you find that person that
That
is not draining you,
energizes you,
is
yeah.
like on the same level as you, you don't think like
Yeah.
that anymore. That you
I
like,
think
I
it's
can't live
also
with them. I
like-
can't,
Have you guys lived together yet?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I was curious, like, because I've never, like, I lived with someone for a brief period of time, but I do like that time where, like, when you're at home by yourself and you could do, like, whatever the self-care stuff that
Yeah.
you do that you don't want a man to see
Yeah.
you doing. Like, I was like,
Being
what
ugly
do
in
I
peace.
do when I actually just want to be in peace and be
Yeah.
gross? Like,
I feel like moving in with a boyfriend sometimes ruins things too. Because then because I'm the kind of person, I like my own space. I like doing things alone too. So
yeah.
I would consider myself like a certified loner.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
because you
like-
go work out a lot by yourself.
Oh.
You're like very independent.
Yeah, like anytime my friends are like, I actually have to work out with a friend on Wednesday, and I'm like, honestly, not looking forward to it, love you, but like, I like, that's my time
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
be by myself, and I'm locked in and I'm dialed in. And anytime I work out with somebody, it's always like, even if it's like my workout, I still feel like it's just not my time. Like I don't feel fulfilled from that time, that I usually feel when I'm at the gym doing my own thing.
Also, like maybe there's another thought to this, because I know that you've been relating with me more. Something of feeling like, and there you guys are good at like not needing other people.
Yeah.
I'm very much a people person, but it's also the pressure of feeling the need to like make sure someone is like, do you need anything? Are you happy? Or like, do I need to talk to you? Because now it's awkward. We're not
Yeah.
talking. Like, it's also the pressure of feeling the need to like give to the other person. So like if you're at the gym, you just want to kind of focus on yourself.
Right.
Or like when you're at the movies, you're like, I just want to be with me, not have to think about, are you
you enjoying
popcorn?
this?
Do
Yeah.
you need this? I don't want to have to think about anything.
Yeah.
I just want to be with me.
Yeah.
So it's like,
There's some things you keep to yourself. I
They're
think,
like golden
sacred
retrievers,
stuff.
and we're like Dobermans over here.
No, I wouldn't say that. I
I'm
wouldn't
pretty
say
good
that.
at being like, I'm very independent in different ways,
Right.
like with my career and things like that. I think that it's more so like, it's weird. Like as I got older, and I don't know why this is, but like I've gotten more fearful. And I think that's also because like there's so much access to information on the internet. So like I get scared to be home alone and like at nighttime, like
Yeah.
going to sleep alone. I get scared like to travel alone. Like it's because of the feeling of danger. It's not because
Yeah.
like I would be, So
Yeah,
that's
I get
where
that.
it comes from for me.
I get that.
So yeah, as I've gotten older, she knows I was
Yeah.
way more independent when I was like 21. Like I'd go places alone all the time. I'd do stuff alone. I just like weird. As I've gotten older, I've gotten more like fearful.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy that you
something
just
I'm
said
working
that.
on.
It just made me realize that I really don't give a fuck, because I had a situation in my house. It was at night, right? Like 2 a.m. or something. And in our hallway, a huge picture dropped down, and it literally felt like someone's breaking in. I'm not going to lie. Like we woke up, my dog was barking, my roommate was up, and I just stayed in bed. And I was like, you know what? If it's someone in here, it's my time to go. I didn't even got up and looked.
Christina, this is giving me deja vu from Coachella.
That's what it just did for me. That's what
You were in bed while
I
our house was
so
actually being broken into.
That was wild.
That she was.
But this happens to me
Popped
all
out
the
the
time.
shower.
She's so peaceful. She's like, all right.
I swear to God, I was looking at my phone. I saw it was 2 a.m. I checked the camera for 1 second, and I was like, nah. And went back to bed. I didn't even got up. And then when you just said that you're like afraid of that, and I'm like, I was like that too, till I just believed in whatever happens. What you said. When you just trust the universe, it's like whatever happens to you happens. I just stayed in bed and was like, and the next day woke up and talked to my roommate, and she always has a knife next to her bed because she's tripping like you. Not gonna lie, she has a huge knife next to her. She looks like a psychopath. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. She has a knife like that and locks her door, and it's me with door open and like I'm chilling. And it's funny because when I was younger, I was exactly reverse. Like I was way more fearful when I was alone younger, and now I kind of was like, whatever. You know?
Because I also feel like I have a deeper knowing now that nothing bad will ever happen to me.
I mean, you can't say it like that. It can always happen.
I know something bad can happen, but I just have a deeper knowing where I just like, even when the fires happen or things like that, there's always like a part of me is like, yeah, but it won't really affect me, or like, but, like I don't know where. But I think that's why, in a weird way, I'm manifesting nothing to actually happen.
Yeah. I feel like if
you're like
fear
fearful
too much,
and you're like worried about your safety all the time, you can
attract it.
You can start to notice that like, oh, people are getting robbed or people around me are having this. Like I don't even have that in my vortex.
That's the red car theory. You heard about the red car theory? Once you realize the red car, you keep seeing them everywhere. But when you just like let go and you don't even see them anymore. Maybe I'm a little bit too chill. I don't know, but
I like it though because my world is very peaceful.
It's so peaceful out here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so happy.
I feel like it's hard because I grew up with like parents that watch the news like 24/7.
Oh yeah, that would.
So
it's brainwashing.
Yeah, I think that it got to a point where like it definitely influences me in my mind now, and definitely think about like, yeah, I probably shouldn't travel alone. I probably shouldn't do certain things alone. And, I've also had like experience of almost getting kidnapped at school. So my mom pulled up and she almost fought the lady too.
Good.
She was trying to take me home. She was like, yeah, your mom said like, and I was always the last kid to get picked up because my mom was like working and she tried to like take me home. And so ever since then, I always just kind of have this thought of like, not every person you meet is a good person. Yeah. And I always am like, and I'm watching crime shows and I'm always on my tippy toes and I'm always watching myself. And, there's been certain situations I've had to deal with that made me like, all right, So I am a little bit more paranoid than the normal person. And I also just feel like I almost have to be, because if I let my guard down, I feel like something may happen.
Also, that's trauma release will help get rid of that. Because I have a girlfriend who like she went through a lot of stuff, and then when she actually did trauma release, to say like you went back to the kidnapping, like that's a scary experience. You can release it in EMDR therapy, and then what's cool is you're not as afraid anymore, so you don't manifest things that you have to worry about as much, which is cool because the reason that's coming into your reality is to remind you of something you need to release from your past.
But granted, like I said, I do go to places alone. Yeah. I do, well, they I can't say what. Yeah. Yeah. But I think that, that may be beneficial for me because I do in the back of my mind, like always think like something bad's going to happen.
Yeah. Releasing fear is huge, especially for women because it's passed down ancestrally.
Yeah.
Women were always in fear mode. It's a thing. So yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
Well, it's very inspiring to think about things that you can start to do alone to introduce that like self-love within yourself and things that you can find fulfillment with your own life. And I think that was when I learned a lot is like, until you love your own life and your time with you, not only can you not ever love someone else, but like no one's gonna like, you're not going to attract someone that also loves themselves. Yeah. So like creating a life that you're finding your little things that you're like, this is my time, and you enjoy that time. Or like I take a bathtub with like, I have no one disturb me. I put my candles on and I read a book. Like whatever those things are, like starting or creating community. I have such a good friend group and feeling so fulfilled by your friend group. Creating a life that you love and starting to fall in love with you and your life is so important before you can attract someone that is also loving their life. And then when they love their life, then you're not in a place where you need to have someone. And when you come from the place where you don't need to have a significant other is when you attract someone that just is happy to be with someone but doesn't need you, and then that's what true love is. Like, I don't need you to be with me in order for me to feel good. I want you to be there. You know, it's like such a difference.
I don't chase, I attract.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for being on. This is a really cool conversation. I'm probably going to cut it into 2 episodes, FYI.
Yeah, that was great.
But
Garrett's face.
but I feel like we touched on a lot of good points, and I even learned a lot from you ladies. So I appreciate you guys for being on. Tell everyone where they can find you guys on social media.
Oh my gosh, Tara, I don't like when you do this.
You don't want anyone to find you? They're going to want to find you.
No.
I say it.
Because I'm like, @ Miss
Yeah,
Lexi, 3
same.
eyes.
Weird. Just tag us.
I'll tag you guys. So it's @ Miss Lexi with 3 eyes.
With 3 eyes, yes.
And yours is @LE_
Xtina.
Xtina, XTINA. And Tosh?
And I'm @Tosh 9 p.m.
Why does Instagram do this to us? If we could just make it easier.
Right.
Thank you guys for coming on. I love you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Please comment. Let me know what parts you loved the most and tell me what you want me to speak about next. I read them all. I respond to you all. And please subscribe. This means the most to me to come on here each week and connect with you all. I love you so much. And as you know, I come back every week. So I'll see you soon.